Hello, welcome in. Today is March 23rd, 2024, and today is day 73 of 100 days, 100 ways, trails taken. It's our last day on how the practices. And today's question is, under the goalpost, I still want to keep saying that. Well, it's good to have goals. Under the guidepost of do you, today is do you exercise? Yes or no? So kinds of exercise, maybe yoga, which can involve all sorts of different types of yoga. Of course, there's, everything from serious posing and movement and the fluidity of that. Then there's, all the way to the relaxation of, laying down and really being more almost in a meditative kind of state. Pilates, so getting your move on. Now they have wall Pilates, which is something I tried. Well, there was some success. It was, it was interesting. I think it would be, if you had the right wall, the right space, it would be good, I think. And it's a little bit different, and it's, getting motivated to do it is half the battle sometimes, right? Aerobics, like we used to have back in the day, Jane Fonda and I don't know who else, doing our aerobics. I think of Olivia Newton-John jumping around. Hilarious. Cardio, so, cycling or running, anything that really gets your heart pumping. I guess swimming might come into that too. But swimming can also be aerobic. Breath work, something that's maybe not considered an exercise, but is an exercise, as we discovered on the Women's Wellness Network with Les Albrecht about breathing out. And, when we're in a state of breathing in, seems to be the thing, but breathing out, I suppose, actually might help in a whole different way. And, or other. So others could be like just the mental motion of it. When I was not well and in bed for a long period of time, there's this thing called sloth yoga. Now, a friend of mine, she coined it that. I don't know if it's an actual thing, but you just barely do little stretches and toe moves and things while you're laying in your bed. Engaging with your muscles, engaging with the intention and the actual, what do you call it? Just the whole, I guess intention. It's based on intention. So, you're physically moving, even though it's slightly, not to hurt yourself if you've been injured or had an illness or any of that kind of stuff. Sloth yoga is lovely. It's just barely stretching and slight twists and the slightest moves, which I did a lot of. And another one could also just be visualization of exercise. They say that, top athletes, that's what they do. They visualize seeing themselves crossing that finish line, or, coming into home plate, or scoring the goal, like they actually see themselves do it. And they say that our brains don't know the difference between actually doing the exercise or going through it, living through it, and imagining it. It's the feeling ultimately that it comes down to. So, do you exercise? Yes or no? Okay, so exercise sometimes is a 4-letter word for some people. Have a hard time getting going, have a hard time deciding what they want to do. Me, I like to exercise. I like, even if it's only my imagined, process, especially like hiking, envisioning myself climbing up a hill and, maybe scrambling a little bit over rocks, and just the way your body moves, and those muscles fire when you're thinking about it. Sloth yoga, which I did mention, I did quite a bit of every day before I got out of bed, just to get things kind of moving because I spent so much time in bed. And yeah, I really think it actually works. So, you know, just those slight stretches and just to get you started. So there's no excuse. In my mind, there's no excuse. Even it's just having that discipline, just taking the time, even if it's only, you know, 10 minutes at that you're doing the imagination work or you're doing the sloth yoga where you're not really doing a whole lot. You're not putting out a lot of effort, but the effort is in the effort. Do you know what I mean? It's like the actual discipline is the effort and it makes the difference. Yeah, other things, I love hiking. Don't get to do it as much as I did before the rupture. Caused a lot of problems with my arm and my shoulder and my neck, which seems maybe strange, but yeah, just the whole system was messed up there. It's improving. So I'm hoping this summer I can get out for longer than like 20-minute hikes. Yeah, anything is good as long as you keep going forward. Yoga, my favorite yoga is still Rodney Yee, Yoga for Beginners. I absolutely adore it. The one for the morning is like quite flowy and a lot of more, you know, posy poses. And the nighttime one is more restorative and it's beautiful. It's everything for myself. It's everything that I need. The nighttime one, I can do it any time of the day. It incorporates my whole body. It does the twisting and the flexing and the things that I know I personally need to work with. So it's beautiful. I totally recommend that one. Yeah, like I said, I tried the wall Pilates. I was having some issues with that. I might give it another try. I got an app and I didn't love that particular app, so maybe that's, you know, part of the issue there. I'll try a different one. I do have another one ready for when I'm ready to go. Yeah, cardio, of course, walking, running. I don't run so much anymore, but you know, playing soccer or hockey or basketball, like anything, baseball, anything that kind of keeps you going. I like baseball for the reason that, you know, you exert yourself for a short period of time. It's kind of like, what's that called? High intensity training, interval training, high intensity interval training. Feels like that kind of, right? But it's drawn out over a long period of time. So that's kind of cool too. I love sports. I love competitions. I love challenging myself. I think more than competing against others, to compete against myself is the ultimate achievement. As long as I'm doing my best, then, you know, that's what I got. And I know when I'm doing my best and not doing my best. So putting my best foot forward is always, it's always good, and it makes me feel good when I do it. So yeah, get out there, raise your vibrations, and, you know, literally with your chemistry, you know, all those good endorphins and hormones that get released into our body when we exercise. And you know, that has become an addiction for some people because it's the way that they get that high, right? Like a runner's high is something that they have coined. But that's why, because the good chemistry. And then of course, if you're a little bit tired from exertion, then you sleep better. And when you sleep, you heal. And who can't use a little more of that, right? Anyways, until tomorrow for day 74 of 100. I guess that's good for today. I don't think I'm going to get outside for a walk. I may or I may not. It's a beautiful day, but it snowed, I don't know, probably like 8 inches maybe yesterday. So yeah, a walk would be good. Dig my snow boots back out because I was hoping that, you know, spring was here. But I think this is the final gasp at winter. So wish me luck, right? Okay, anyways, I hope you have a great day, and until tomorrow, be well.